Yes. Okay.
Then, I'm not Stefano Cobello, I am Maria Pia. Okay.
Okay.
Then, tell me something, Ilaria. How are you going on?
Oh, it's a full period.
Yes.
At school, at home.
Springtime and everything.
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes, but I'm positive.
Yes, no, it's okay. Fantastic. It's a wonderful sunny day today.
Yes.
But I've worked all day since 8 o'clock in the morning. I just came home, ate something quickly, and here I am. Oh my God.
My God. Yes.
Yes.
But I have a question. After COVID, this course was in presence or
No, it's always been online.
Ah, okay.
It was organized as an online course. Yes. Yeah. And I think I will go online, honestly, because many people has asked me to continue online because it's easier, you know. If you finish school at 4:30, 4:55, you get home, switch the computer on, you're in, and then, you know, quietly you can have a little snack, eat something, relax. It's all different than having to run to another parts of the city. Moreover, we have a lot of people from all over Italy.
Yes.
Hi, Laura. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. We can't hear you. Hi, Valentina. Hello.
Eccomi. Hi, Maria Pia. Hi, Ilaria.
Hello. And Valentina.
Hello.
Yes, so it was meant online as an online course, and I think also next year I will keep it as an online course because it's much easier for a lot of people, you know, especially if you finish at 4:30. By the time you get home, you simply have to switch the computer on and you are in class. And then you can relax, maybe drink a hot tea or something, and take out your shoes. If you have to run to maybe the opposite part of the city, it's even worse. So let's keep it online. Valentina, how are you? Tell me something.
Okay. Well, thank you. Well.
Okay.
I had a meeting, a live meeting in my school. But in my opinion, it was un antincendio, Corso antincendio.
Yes.
But in my opinion, it wasn't a good thing, a good decision, because there was a teacher had the COVID. And well, there were space among people, but just one of us had the COVID and no problems. In the end, there were no problems, but the manager, la president, decided.
The headmaster
decided to practice the second part of the meeting, online meeting.
Yeah, that's better.
Not practice, to have, to do, I don't know. Di fare la seconda parte.
Sì. The second part
is to have in English.
To held, if you want to, held the second part online. Ma anche have va bene. To have the second part or to held the second part online. Yes. You know what? When everything started in 2020, I was the first to move online because working with the CPIA, the people pay a very small amount, only €3 per hour. But of course, if they paid for, let's say, 20 hours, they must be guaranteed 20 hours. And so when the school closed, the first week, I emailed all my students saying, don't you worry, we cannot meet this week, but we will add the lesson at the end of, the dates of the course. Then the second week, it was again the school closed. And I started to think, oh my God, I can't go on in June and maybe who knows how long for. So I organized these Zoom meetings. And at first everybody was, oh my God, I'm not sure I can do that. But, in time, everybody learned. And at the end of the period in May, everybody told me, can we go online also next year? And I said, yes, it's a good idea, because as a matter of fact, my colleagues who went back in presence went in presence till end of November, and then they had to go back online again in 2021 because of the pandemic. And so at least I know I'm online, everything is organized for an online course, no surprises, no, reorganization, and so even this year, I thought I will continue online. Also because there were not enough rooms for everyone, because the middle school in the morning had to move some of the classes to the afternoon to keep distance, and so some of our classes had been taken, and there weren't enough classes for us. So, online has a lot of advantages. I'm going to continue like this. Hi, Stefania, welcome. Hi, Georgia, welcome.
Hi.
Everything okay with you?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
But for the fact that we are always running.
Yes.
It's
a good place, this one. One rest and speak with other people.
Exactly. Valentina is sipping a cup of tea and we're relaxing. I took off my shoes. I've been walking all day, and at least now I'm sit and without shoes and everything. So, can I ask you a question? Laura, you mean to take the exam, don't you?
I'm changing my mind.
What do you mean you're changing your mind?
Because I don't know if I will pass it, because I have no time to practice.
Of course you will. Of course you will, Laura.
But maybe the listening part, maybe in the speaking part, because I can speak for hours about nothing and everything. But the grammar part is quite difficult. I'm not sure I can pass it. Or maybe
you can choose not to do it in May or June, maybe postpone it to September and study during the summer, for example.
Maybe.
And if you want to, I'm here at your disposal, even during the summer, no problems at all. Write me emails if you want me to correct something, text me, phone me, whatever you want to.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
I have a call. I have a call with the Cambridge School, with the secretary, for ask about the exams. And the last exam is on the 29th of July.
And then
I was thinking about, yes, but I was thinking that for me, it could be better to do in July.
In July, on
So
the 29th
I have,
of July.
so I take some days to study, only to study.
Exactly,
Because
exactly. You finish school and then you are concentrated on
yes,
the exam.
because on September we are the same in the same mood, because we have to start school, and
yeah,
is a
Yeah.
hard period
it's a
of
chaos
work.
again.
And you know what, Maria Pia, I find very hard, very difficult, the listening part that I try to do. The dialogues, when there are dialogues between about people.
Yeah, that's only a matter of practice, Valentina. Everything is only a matter of practice, but
No,
especially listening.
I'm trying to listen, not every day, but twice a week when I have time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm making some progress. I'm doing some progress, but it's a long way.
Well, it takes time. It takes time. You know, from 0 to level A1, it's very fast and it's very rewarding, because you see, you can speak a little bit and understand a little bit. But then from, for example, B1 to B2, it's a long journey. You know, it takes a long time, because, yeah, I know. Unless you are in the country.
I'll try to study in summer. This summer,
Yes.
that I have enough time, I can study also every day.
Yeah.
Something every day. You gave
Yes,
us
a little bit every day, a little bit every day.
You gave us listening and grammar exercises, so I have everything I want. So
Yeah. Yes.
I'll try in summer.
Yes, I will send you a couple of suggestions. For example, TED Ed. TED Ed, if you subscribe, it's a free subscription. They can send you a short listening every day, 5 minutes with the questions on various topics. So you can practice the most incredible, words of regarding various topics, and that's good. And it's not too fast and not too slow, just the way people talk.
I often listen to TEDx because I try to understand the fluency of language and the different answer, because sometimes I don't understand nothing.
Anything.
Because the accent is different. I can't understand. Because but sometimes I understand all the things. I am very happy.
Yeah. Yes, it depends on who's talking as well. Because, for example, a Scottish accent or Irish accent, or some of them, or South African, some of
Indians.
Or India, yes, some of them are difficult, but Cambridge will be based on Cambridge English.
Yes, in fact, it's more easy than.
Yes, it's much easier on that regard. Yes,
much easier.
Much easier as regards, the capability of catching the words, because no strange accents. But being Cambridge English, they have a great variety of vocabulary. The vocabulary is very wide, and so you must know a lot of words. While, for example, Indian people or South African people, they tend to have a more limited number of words in their vocabulary. Yes, so the vocabulary tended to be more limited. Because it's also for them not really their mother tongue, even if it's their mother tongue, but it's not really, and so their range of vocabulary is much restricted. On the contrary, Cambridge English is proper British English. So when you get used to their accent, It's very nice. It's a very nice English. I like it very much, very clear, but with a wide range of vocabulary. Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to read. I'm studying the marvelous Wizard of Oz in English.
Wow.
No, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Because I know the story, and I find that the author use for why and because the use of for.
Yeah. For
This
example, can you
preposition.
give me an example?
I have to take the book because I
Yeah.
don't remember. But for everything, when he want to explain something,
Yeah.
and said perché,
Yeah.
use for only for the demand why, but because I never see because. Always.
Yes, yes. In the answers, yes, you might say, for example, why did you do that? For sport, for, I don't know, for, no, you don't
Okay.
absolutely have to use because. You can answer in a different way, and you can use for, yes.
Yes, because I found, I search on the vocabulary, and he give me for perché.
Yes.
I don't know.
You didn't understand.
I didn't know.
No,
I didn't
actually,
know.
you
No,
didn't
I didn't
know,
know
yes.
that these are. I think that exists in the language.
It's like in Italian. Ma perché l'hai fatto? Perché oppure per sport oppure. So there are
per
various
piacere,
ways.
per divertimento.
Yes,
Ecco,
per
sì,
divertimento. So you know, it's yeah, it's quite common. So
Okay.
Valentina is probably taking the exam in September, October. That's what you meant, Valentina.
No, I didn't mean that. I just would like to study every day, but I don't know when I'll take the exam. Perhaps next year.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. It's difficult. But
Okay.
is it possible to take the exam with every association? I mean, with Cambridge, Oxford?
Yes, yes. There are various possibilities.
Whatever you want.
You can also do the Cambridge exam with, for example, British, what is it, British School or other centers. Yes. Hi, Antonella, welcome.
I'd like to practice.
Hi.
Practice because listening part is too difficult for me. Listening.
Okay. Antonella is going to take the exam, aren't you, Antonella?
Yeah, but I'm not sure that my level is enough to the exam. So
why not?
I wish, but I don't know if my preparation is enough. So, and today I am here because next I normally I am in the B2B, but next Tuesday I have a meeting in my school, so
don't
today
worry,
is
you're very welcome.
Okay.
Very
okay,
welcome.
Thank you
don't
very
worry,
much.
Don't worry.
Can I cite the presence? Sorry.
You're right. Wait a second.
Okay.
I'm looking for the sign form. Yes. So who else is going to take the exam in June, July? Any of you?
No, I try on July.
Wait a second. Who are you? Because I can't see you anymore. Who talked to? Who was talking? Stefania, yes, you told me before. Yes, Stefania.
Okay, I don't understand.
And Laura as well. I'll kick you in now. Calcio in culo e ti sbatto dentro.
Dai, sì. Oh.
And
Benissimo,
Antonella,
Laura,
what
fallo,
about
per
you?
carità.
Are you taking the exam?
Yes.
Are you going to take the exam?
Yes, I would like.
Good. Okay.
But
here.
is it, sorry, Maria Pia, is it all online, or is it possible to take it also
It's can be paper-based or
Bird.
computer-based. Just give me a
Okay.
second. I'm looking
No,
for
it's
the
okay.
sign form for today. Sign form for today, which is the 27th of April. Here it is. Okay, the 27th of April. Here's the sign form. Just a second, and then I'm back to you. There it is. Right. So, where are you? Here you are. Okay. I'm putting the link for the sign form on the chat, so you can sign your presence. Yes,
Sorry, which one do you recommend? The online?
Yes, I'm going to tell you everything in a few seconds. Can I just finish asking the others? So Antonelli, you're going to take the exam, aren't you? Didn't you say so? Yes, okay. And Laura Agostini, hi Laura. It's not the same Laura. Okay, because I've got two Laura, a simple Laura and a Laura Agostini. Cioè Laura e Laura Agostini. Non è la stessa persona, no? Hello? Okay, can you hear me? Laura, are you Laura Agostini?
I am Laura Agostini.
Ok, Laura Agostini. E Laura
ok, sorry.
È un'altra Laura.
Ok.
Oh, there you are. Okay, perfect. So, Laura Agostini, are you going to take the exam?
Yes, of course. It's possible to do the exams. It's
to take the exam.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And Ilaria, what did you say, Ilaria? I forgot. Did you say you were going to take the exam?
At the beginning, I think I'll try, but now I'm going to do another test, for example, TFA at the end of May. And okay. I think it's better to study for TFA, and this summer I think if it's possible to do English exam on September. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Yes, I was telling the others that if you mean to study during the summer, you can send me emails with papers to correct or, you know, whatever you want to. I'm here. I will not disappear. I'm here for you. So if you want to take advantage of it, it's okay. And Georgia, are you going to take the exam?
No. I listen for fun and for my work because in this year I must teaching English, and I studied English in the university. And I want to
refresh it.
Exactly.
Because you studied it at university, but it must have been many years ago because you look so young. So it was maybe 5-6 years ago, not longer.
No, I had 15 years old.
Oh, come on. Ago. 15 years ago.
Ago. Yes.
Come on, I can't believe it. Okay, so basically it's Stefania, Antonella, Laura Agostini, and Laura 1, and maybe Valentina in September, who wanted to take the exam. Okay, all right. So, what would you like to do today? Oh, yes, the paper-based and the computer-based exams. Now, first of all, don't you misunderstand the fact. Even if you want to take the computer-based exam, you cannot do it from home. You have to go to the center and you are given a computer and you have to do the exam there with them, okay? So not at home. Personally, I prefer the computer-based for a number of reasons. Reason number one, the listening. The listening, if you take the paper-based exam, you are in the class with the taught other people, 20, 30, I don't know, a number of other people, and you are supposed to listen to a CD. And what happens if the person next to you starts, I don't know, sneezing, choo-choo, or making noises, looking for a pen at the very, clue moment where you needed to catch that word, which, so if it's computer-based, you're given headphones, you can control the volume, and it's much, you can concentrate more. It's, yes, it's more, how can I say, personalized, because if some people have, I don't know, hearing problems, they can make the volume louder. Or if they prefer to, listen to it at a lower volume, they can regulate it. In a class with a CD speaking, you cannot regulate the volume. And it might be too high or too low for you, because it's usually made, kept at the standard volume. But in some cases, if it's noisy outside, for example, and the windows are open, the standard can be too low on certain moments and too loud on other moments. So with the headphones, it's much easier, much better. You can control the volume and you are more concentrated. That's for the listening part. As regards the reading and grammar, use of English, reading and use of English, it's also much better to do the computer-based test, because you can skip certain exercises, go on, and you've got the timer, first of all, which indicates how long, how much time you have left, and that's also very useful. In the paper-based, sorry. Caroline, puoi rispondere per favore? Sorry. In the computer-based, you have the timer, on the right corner, and so you can keep an eye out on how long you are taking, and to do the exam, and that's very useful. Moreover, if you skip some answers because maybe you don't know them and you want to go on, there are all the little balls at the bottom. Green one for the answers you have replied, and red ones, red ball for the answers you haven't replied. So when you go back, it's very immediate to see what you have left. On the paper-based, you can do the same. You skip some answers, go on, but then when you go back, you have to check, which one you had skipped before. With a computer base, it's immediate. Red dot, click on that, and that's the answer you didn't give. And when time is important, because you have to, finish everything within a certain time, even those few seconds looking for, the answers, which you have to fill in, which you skipped before, can be essential, So that's another point. Then what you have, writing, also reading and use of grammar. In the reading part, okay, you can do that on the paper base as well. You can bring your own highlighters, for example, and highlight the passages which you think are important, but also in the computer-based, you can simply underline them, and so when you have to reply to the questions, you go back to the underlined part, different colors, so, well, okay, you can do that on the paper base as well. You have to bring your own highlighters. As regards to the writing part is easier on the computer-based because being, typing on a computer, you can easily correct. When you do the paper-based, you are supposed to write, and sometimes, I don't know, you have to cancel something, rewrite something, and it may be chaotic at the end. In the computer, you can correct, all while you are doing the exam. So personally, I prefer the computer-based. The speaking part is exactly the same because you will be in presence with the teacher and your partner. So that doesn't change. What changes between the computer-based and what's happening here? Between the computer-based and the paper-based are the writing parts, writing, reading and use of grammar, and listening. And
Maria Pia, in the writing part, maybe is better the computer-based because you have the counter of words.
And you have the counter of words, exactly. The timer, the counter of words, so you don't need to spend the time counting, the words. Yes, exactly. And in the reading and use of grammar, you've got all the little balls underneath with all the answers, so you can immediately see which answers you have already given and which ones you skipped, and so on. So personally, I prefer the computer-based. But of course, if some of you feels better with the papers, you can do the paper-based. They are the same level of difficulties, no difference in in how hard the exam is. The exam is exactly the same, exactly the same.
And in your opinion, Maria Pia, is there some pros, any pros for the paper-based exam?
What do you mean, any pros? Advantages.
Advantages. Okay, pros.
Advantages. But computers are always computers, so there might be something not working properly, but you are there with the teachers helping you, so in case they can take care of that. I don't know. No, I can't think of any real advantage in taking the paper base, unless you have serious difficulties with using the computer, because there are people who are not technological and prefer to write, you know, handwriting and these kind of things. But if you are used to using the computer, I think computer-based is better. Yeah. But
I think that after the lockdown, we have to use computer.
Yes,
yeah.
We're all experts now in using the computer. This could be, you know, something which was valid on pre-pandemic times, but now we're all experts in computer.
Maria Pia, can I ask something? The tax for the exam is the same in
yes,
in all the school is the same for B2.
Oh, the school.
279.
No.
Oh, some school is changing because in Cambridge school it was, I think, nearby 279.
Wow, my God.
I think it's a lot for the exam.
It's a lot.
And do you know a school where
well, I didn't check that. I can check it.
Yes, thank you.
I didn't check that. Oh, what's happening today? I didn't check that. But no, I meant computer-based or paper-based, same taxes.
No, the same taxes.
No,
is exam, the cost, the tax of.
Yes. As regards to the schools, there might be a slight difference. There might be centers which charge less and centers which charge a higher percentage. Because, of course, a percentage goes to Cambridge and a percentage goes to the center. So the place where you go and take the exam. So there might be centers which charge less. I have to check. Are you all from Verona? So would you take the exam in Verona?
Yeah, I am from Verona.
Okay. So I will check what are the possibilities in Verona and if there is a difference in price. Yes. Yeah.
And another question. And what about do you think it is better to do the exam at the Cambridge school or another English center?
Honestly, it's exactly the same because the exam will be sent to Cambridge in any case, and they will correct it up in Britain. And as a matter of fact, you will not have, even if you do the computer-based exam, you will not have the replies, the mark immediately. No. It will take, if it's computer-based, it will take some 1 week, 10 days. If it's paper-based, a couple of weeks. Yeah. But
the speaking part, you do the speaking part in the center, but the writing, the listening, it will be sent to
Cambridge. Yes,
to Cambridge. Okay, thank you.
And the speaking part, there will be Cambridge teachers who come down and do the exam. But in any case, they will not give you the results immediately because they have to see the other parts as well to calculate if you passed or not. So they're not going to tell you anything that day. And it will probably be not the same day. You'll probably have to go twice to the center. Once for the writing, reading and use of English and listening parts, and then maybe the following day or one of the following days for the speaking parts. So yes, you'll probably have to go twice in 2 different days, I mean, yeah. No. Yes.
But well, I was wondering that in the computer-based, we could have some problems with the program they use. If they use a program or...
Yeah, but actually, you don't really need
It should be simple. But in any case, if I had some problems, if I'm not able to send the text, I don't know, I would be a little nervous.
If you feel better trying the paper-based, it's okay, whatever you prefer. The level is the same and the results will be valued the same, and there will be no difference in price and everything, they will be the same. Only, yes, that's what I told you. If you feel nervous using the computer, do the paper-based. Personally, I would take the computer-based, but that's me, you know. So if some of you is, how can you say, a little uneasy using computers and prefers the traditional handwriting, it's okay, it's okay, no problems at all. Yeah.
You said uneasy?
Yes, if you feel uneasy, if you feel nervous, if you feel not comfortable using the computers, in that case, it's okay. Do the paper-based, no problems. It's not really important. But since I was asked personally, let's see, I actually, I had seen once a very useful video explaining all this. Let me see if I can find it. It was on YouTube. Yes, it was on YouTube for sure. I hope it's not under copyright. Can it be under copyright? I don't know. Cambridge paper-based computer-based. Let's see what comes out. Yes. How can I say if it's under copyright? Okay, let's hope it isn't. Let's hope it's
what you saw. What was that information that you saw that you thought that?
Okay, that's an answer.
Plenty of videos now on the Cambridge English exams for the B2 First, the C1 Advanced, C2 Proficiency, and I've covered many areas from how to prepare, how long it takes to prepare, book recommendations, and even what to do the day before an exam. But there's one big question that many people have asked me, and I think it's time to make a video about it. And that question is it better to take the computer-based exam or the paper-based exam? And in this video, I'm going to analyze that question. But for those of you who have no patience and don't want to watch a video, they just want the quick answer, the answer is computer-based exam without a doubt. But in this video, I'm going to explain why I think the computer-based exam is the best option. Now, obviously, I've never taken a Cambridge English exam, and I'm not planning to, but I've helped many people prepare, and I've received a lot of feedback from different students on both the paper-based exam and the computer-based exam. Also, I have to thank Frank, the exam expert Frank, who I interviewed a couple of months ago. You can check out the video there. He helped to explain why the computer-based exam is the best option. Now, the first thing I must do today is address a couple of misconceptions about the computer-based exam. You can't do it at home, and it's not internet-based. It's computer-based. It's not done via the internet, it's done on a computer, but not connected to the internet. So yeah, many people think because it's computer-based you can do it anywhere, but no, you must go to the exam center, your local exam center, to do the exam. Now, also I need to talk about some things which are the same, that both the computer-based exam and the paper-based exam have in common. And the first most important thing is that the content is the same. One exam is not easier than the other. The content is exactly the same. Also, the length of the exam is the same. So the timing is the same. You don't have more time in the computer-based exam or less. It's exactly the same. The marking criteria is the same. So you're not going to have any difference there. The examiners will look at the computer-based exam in exactly the same way they look at the paper-based exam. And the preparation is basically the same. All the advice and tips I've given in my past videos on how to prepare for the Cambridge English exams, they are all valid, whether it's the paper-based exam or the computer-based exam. And finally, the speaking paper. The speaking paper is exactly the same in both options. In fact, there is no computer-based option for the speaking paper. It's exactly the same. You must be in a room with an examiner and your partner and the assessor doing the exam in person. Okay, but now let's look at some of the differences. And really, I'm just going to list, first of all, the advantages of taking the computer-based exam. Now, one of the biggest advantages is related to the listening paper. And that is, in the computer-based exam, you will have headphones. Now, in some paper-based exams, depending on the examination center, you may have headphones, but usually not. And it can be very difficult to hear if you're unlucky to be sitting at the back or sitting next to someone who's rustling their papers or coughing at just the time, the moment of the answer that you're listening for. That can be a big problem in the listening paper. But in the computer-based exam, you're guaranteed to have headphones. Not only that, but you will see on the screen in the computer-based exam in the top right-hand corner that you have a volume control, so an audio control, so you can turn the volume up or down to your preference, which again is a big advantage. You have more control of the listening in general. Another advantage that many people don't realize that you have in the computer-based exam is that you have a little screen timer at the top of the screen, counting down from the moment you start each paper. It counts down and you can see exactly how many more minutes you have left. So it helps you to plan your time. As you know, if you've watched my previous videos, the reading and use of English in particular, it's very important to have good time management, because you have 90 minutes to do a lot of reading and answer a lot of questions. So you need to manage your time well. So if you have the minutes there ticking down, it will help you. Another advantage, you can highlight the text. Now, what sometimes happens in these exams, you have so much text in the reading paper especially, you can get lost a little bit. But if you can just highlight the text when you're sort of going backwards and forwards between the text and the answers, the options you have, it can really help you organize how you approach the test. You don't get lost so easily. You can highlight the parts that you think are important for the question. And also you can take notes on the screen. So if you think you have seen something important, but you're going to keep on reading, you don't want to forget that thing, that important information you have. Making a note at that moment will help you, so you can go back later and it will remind you what you saw, what was that information that you saw that you thought at that time would help you. And also a big advantage for part 7, I think it is, of the reading and use of English for the advanced, and part 6, I think, for the C2 proficiency, is a drag and drop feature. So drag and drop means you can click on a paragraph and put it into the position that you think is correct in the text. And then you can see the whole text and read through it and check that it flows and fits well. If you don't like that paragraph, then you can just replace it with another paragraph until you're happy with the paragraph you've chosen. That's a huge advantage because, again, with a paper exam, you're just going backwards and forwards looking at the different papers that you have in front of you and your notes, and you can get lost. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt this video, but I'm just editing it now, and it just occurred to me that in my enthusiasm for demonstrating all the benefits and advantages of the computer-based exam, I may have overlooked the fact that some of you may have already registered for the paper-based exam, and you may be watching this video and thinking, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. Ben says the computer-based exam is much better, much easier to pass, etc. But no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not the impression I want to give. On the balance of things, in my opinion, the computer-based exam has more advantages. There are more benefits to taking that exam rather than the paper-based exam. But really it shouldn't make the difference between you passing the exam or failing the exam. There are much more important factors involved: your preparation, your level, how well you know the exam, how well you get to know the format, etc. So I think I had to say that because I'm a bit worried that people will watch this video and start to panic because they're not doing the computer-based exam. They're not going to take the computer-based exam because they've already signed up for the paper-based exam. As I said, there are much more important factors to consider than which type of exam you take. Okay, sorry for the interruption, back to the video. Another advantage is that it's easy to navigate. You have these buttons along the bottom so you can go to any part of the paper you're on. As I've said in previous videos, you don't have to necessarily follow the order that you see in the paper. You can start in the reading and use of English, 6, 7, 8, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. But you can do it in any order you like with those buttons. They really help you navigate. It's very intuitive. You also have the advantage of accessibility being built in. So you can adjust the settings to suit you, to help you. So for example, the text size, you can make the text bigger. Also, you can change the color. So you can, for example, change it from the traditional white and black, white background with black text. You can change it to a black background with yellow text, for example. And also you can change the screen resolution just to help maybe make it clearer for you to read. Now, all those advantages I've just given are sort of during the exam. Those are advantages you see during the exam. But one advantage that you get after the exam is that you receive the results much more quickly from the computer-based exam. So you should get them within 3 weeks. In the paper-based exam, I think it can be up to 2 months.
Oh.
I've heard people having to wait up to 2 months. Now, of course, we mustn't forget that there are some advantages to taking the paper exam, the paper-based exam. For example, some people are just more familiar and feel more comfortable using paper and pen. I'm one of those people, to be honest, but I think it's worth getting familiarizing yourself with the computer-based format because there are so many advantages. On the official Cambridge website, you have a tutorial on the computer-based exam, and you can do a sample exam which will help you get familiar with the format, how to manage, how to navigate the screen before you go into the exam. So I'll link to those in the description to this video so you can get to know the exam a little bit better before you decide which one you're going to choose. Okay, I hope you found that useful. As I said, it doesn't really make any difference to me which exam you choose, but I do think the computer-based is the best option. So if you choose that, let me know how it goes, because I'd love to get some feedback. Put your experiences in the comments to help other students, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Take care. Bye.
Okay, so yes, that's basically what I told you. The exam is exactly the same. So there's no difference in the level of difficulty or whatever, or how it's evaluated or so on. I don't think it takes 3 weeks to get the results, or 2 months. I thought they were quicker. Anyway, sorry. So the exam is exactly the same, but there are advantages in taking the computer-based. And would you like to see the Cambridge site that he mentioned? See what they are going to probably show you how it works. Show you how okay, sorry. There was a link with the that's him now. No, okay. Okay, in his video, he said, I'm putting a link underneath. Exam preparation classes with me. Cambridge C1 Advanced Computer-Based Exam Tutorial. Yeah. Yes, I thought it was this one, but it doesn't seem to work.
Welcome to the tutorial for the certificate in Advanced English.
Okay.
This tutorial will show you how to complete the reading and use of English, writing and listening tests. The instructions for each part of the test are in the box at the top of the screen. For some questions, you will need to click on the gap and then choose the answer you think is correct. Your chosen answer will then appear in the gap. If you want to change your answer, click on the gap again and the options will appear again. Click on the answer you think is right. If you want to leave the question unanswered, click on the cross. When you have answered a question,
Okay, wait a moment. It's never a good idea to leave a question unanswered, because it's counted as if wrong. So try. At least you've got 25% of possibilities of guessing the correct answer, because it's not that if you give a wrong answer, for example, you lose 1 point, and if you don't give any answer, you don't lose points. No, they are valued the same. So it's always better to try. Okay, let's go on.
line will appear under that question in the navigation bar. You can use the navigation bar at the bottom of the screen to move from one question to the next. Click on a number to go to that question. Click on the forward arrow to go to the next question, or the back arrow to go to the previous question. You can click on Review if you want to look at a question again later. This will be shown as a circle. Click on the yellow arrow if you want to make the navigation bar smaller. For some questions, you will need to type your answer in the gap in the text on the screen. For some questions, you need to choose an answer. If you want to change your answer, click on your new answer. If you want to leave the question unanswered, click on the answer again. To look at the next question, just click on the question itself. For some questions, you need to click on the correct paragraph and move it into the gap. If you want to change your answer, simply move another paragraph into the gap. If you want to leave the question unanswered, move the paragraph back. For some questions, you may need to use the scroll bar to move through the longer texts. You may also need to scroll through the paragraphs on the right. There are two parts to the writing test, Part 1 and Part 2. You can answer the parts in any order. You type your answer in the space on the right of the screen. In Part 2, there is a choice of questions. Answer one of the questions from 2 to 4. Click on the question to read it. When you have decided which question to answer, click the box next to Choose this question. Your answers are saved automatically. You do not need to press Enter on your keyboard. You can review and change your answers at any time until the end of the test. But before the end of the test, make sure you have clicked on the box next to Choose this question. The answer you have written will not change. For the listening test, you can change the volume by using the bar in the top right at any time during the test. Listen carefully for the part number and question numbers to make sure you are looking at the right screen. For each part of the test, you will hear the recording twice. After part 2 has been played twice, you will have 1 minute to check your answers. In part 4, you have to answer 2 questions for each speaker. Click on the spaces in the tables. If you want to change an answer, click on your new answer. If you want to leave the question unanswered, click on the answer again. You will have 2 minutes at the end of the listening test to check all of your answers. You can review and change your answers at any time until the end of the test. There is a clock at the top of the screen which tells you how much time you have left. For the reading and use of English and writing tests, the clock will turn red and flash when you have 10 minutes and 5 minutes left. The tests will automatically stop when the time finishes. In each of the tests, you can change the settings of the text. To do this, click on the Settings tab at the top of the screen. You can change the size and colour of the text. In each of the tests, there is a Help tab. If you click on the Help tab, this will give you information about the task you are currently doing. Help will also give you information about the test. If you wish, you can also choose to highlight sections of text or questions. To do this, left-click and drag your cursor over the section of text or question you wish to highlight. Then right-click and select the Highlight option. To remove highlighting from the text or questions, simply right-click on the highlighted area and select Clear. If you wish to remove all highlighting from the screen, right-click on a highlighted area and select Clear All. You can also make notes on a section of text or on a question. To do this, left-click and drag the cursor over the section of text or question you wish to make notes about. Then right-click and select the Notes option. Your chosen section of text will be highlighted and a yellow notepad will appear, and you can write your notes on this. Click on the red cross in the notepad to hide your notes. To see your notes again, click on the highlighted section of text. If you want to locate those areas of highlighted text containing notes, hover over each highlighted text. If a small orange box appears, it means that the highlighted text contains notes. To remove notes from the text or questions, simply right-click on the highlighted area and select Clear. If you do need to temporarily leave the test room, you can hide your screen by clicking on the Hide tab. Then simply click on the Resume Test button when you return. That is the end of the tutorial. Good luck with the test.
Yes, there's also very boring. There's also another advantage which I forgot. With the paper-based text, you have to report your answers on the answer sheet. And it's easy to make mistakes, especially when you have, I don't know, 1F, 2B, blah, blah, blah. It's easy to, I don't know, maybe I'm astigmatic and I easily mistake the lines. But it's easy to make a mistake when you report the answers on the paper-based text. On the computer-based text, it's all saved automatically. So you don't have to report all the answers, which helps you spare time and avoid possible, mistakes, silly mistakes in reporting the answers. So that's another great advantage, in my opinion. What I think could be a good idea is simply try on the computer some computer-based tests, and so as to make practice, and you'll see it's very easy, actually. It's nothing difficult. And as he said, it's nothing to do with the internet. So there's no problem of bad connection or these kind of things, It's computer-based, but it's not on the internet. So no problems with connections or these kind of things. So personally, I would suggest the computer-based. But of course, if you feel more comfortable writing on the papers, it's okay. It's exactly the same exam, same difficulty, level of difficulty, same evaluation, everything. So whatever you prefer.
Maria Pia, it's easier after this video. Well, it's easier than I thought.
Yes. It's easy. It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult at all. And there are a number of advantages. So the timer, the possibility to check the answers, see what you had left behind, and you want to
highlight the text. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
And yes, and also you have, for example, in the reading part, reading and use of English, you have the text and the questions, and you can move them up and down. With the paper, you keep going, see the text and then the answer, and then it's yes, I think it's how can I say, more confusing. So it's easier if you have the reading, and then you can move the answers. And you go on with the reading and go up with the answers and so on. So I will look for, there must be for sure some pages, web pages, where you can try the computer-based texts, and I will look up for them for you, and I will send you a couple of links where you can try the computer-based exam.
Thank you.
No problems. The speaking exam is the same. In front of a teacher, and with a partner, you have to speak. So that doesn't change. So, any other question? What would you like to do today? Shall we try, I don't know. Some of you told me the listening part is the most difficult. Some others said the use of grammar. So would you like to, you tell me what you want to do. Reading and use of grammar or listening? One and
But
one?
it's the same for me.
Yeah.
As you prefer, as the other prefer.
Okay, let's try one of these and one of that. Now, how do I get out of this? I want to get out of here. There it is. Okay. So let's go to English Ola and see if we can find some exercises we haven't done yet. This is B1. No, I don't want B1. Come on, I want okay. Right. So reading and use of English, writing, listening or speaking. Let's try reading and use of English and then listening. Okay, let's see if we have already done this. Oh, I have. Okay, I had created. I know it's already registered. So. Come on. Okay, so B2. B2. Do you want to the full exam? Shall we try the full exam? Okay. So reading and use of English is 1 hour and 15 minutes, 7 parts, 52 questions. Listening is 40 minutes, 4 parts, 30 questions. Writing, 1 hour and 20 minutes, 2 parts, and speaking, 1/4 of an hour, 3 parts. So which one would you like to try? You tell me. Hello, hello.
It's the same for me.
Okay,
Listening.
Okay, listening. Start now. Okay. You hear someone talking about camping. What advice does she give? So you're given 8 pieces of audio and 8 questions which correspond to the audio. Each given question has 3 options, A, B, and C. Click on the bottom to choose the best option for each question. Right. Okay.
You'll hear people talking in 8 different situations. And for each recording, you are given a set of questions which correspond to each situation. For each question, choose the best answer, A, B, or C. You will hear each recording twice. 1.
As fresh water is one of the most important provisions when camping, most people tend to construct their campsites near lakes or rivers. As long as you are careful to use bug repellent and proper netting, these locations can be some of the healthiest. However, you should always be careful when using soap or chemicals in these areas to prevent unnecessarily polluting the water supply or attracting bugs and other animals to your campsite, and thereby increasing your chances of being bitten. It's better to bathe without using chemical soap, and immediately reapply organic repellents after you have finished and dried off.
Now, listen again.
As fresh water is one of the most important provisions when camping, most people tend to construct their campsites near lakes or rivers. As long as you are careful to use bug repellent and proper netting, these locations can be some of the healthiest. However, you should always be careful when using soap or chemicals in these areas to prevent unnecessarily polluting the water supply or attracting bugs and other animals to your campsite, and thereby increasing your chances of being bitten. It's better to bathe without using chemical soap and immediately reapply organic repellents after you have finished and dried off.
So,
2.
A, B, or C?
Come on, John, I don't think...
Sorry. A, B, or C, in your opinion?
A,
Yes.
Also,
because
yes.
they say not to use chemicals, so
Yes.
Exactly.
that's fair. I really don't think you're right when you say that we don't spend time together anymore. If you remember, I called you last week to see if you'd like to come with Tracy and me to see a movie. You said that you didn't want to intrude, and I said that we could plan another day for just the two of us. It's been a week now, and I'm still waiting to hear from you. Let's do something. How about going for a drink on Saturday?
Now, listen again.
Come on, John, I don't think that's fair. I really don't think you're right when you say that we don't spend time together anymore. If you remember, I called you last week to see if you'd like to come with Tracy and me to see a movie. You said that you didn't want to intrude, and I said that we could plan another day for just the two of us. It's been a week now, and I'm still waiting to hear from you. Let's do something. How about going for a drink on Saturday?
3.
A, B, or C?
Hey, Mom.
B.
B, perhaps it's B.
Yeah.
B.
It's me. No, the flight has been delayed again. Something to do with the weather over Boston. Yeah, I know she's waiting for me at the airport, but I can't seem to get a hold of her. I was hoping that you could keep trying. Yeah, exactly. Well, they said that our new expected arrival time will be 6 o'clock, but it's also the third time they've changed it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it changes again. Oh, why, is she driving your car? Is hers in the shop again? I keep telling her to get rid of that piece of junk. Anyway, let me know if you get through to her. Yeah. Thanks, Mum.
Now, listen again.
Hey, Mum. It's me. No, the flight has been delayed again. Something to do with the weather over Boston. Yeah, I know she's waiting for me at the airport, but I can't seem to get a hold of her. I was hoping that you could keep trying. Yeah, exactly. Well, they said that our new expected arrival time will be 6 o'clock, but it's also the third time they've changed it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it changes again. Oh, why, is she driving your car? Is hers in the shop again? I keep telling her to get rid of that piece of junk. Anyway, let me know if you get through to her. Yeah. Thanks, Mum.
4.
So, A, B,
C.
or C?
C.
Yes.
It's easy, this one.
Whenever I get into an argument with someone, I always try to see things from their perspective. They might be reacting because of entirely unrelated issues like relationship problems or stress at work. I find that the more you empathise with their point of view, the more reasonable they become. And before long, most arguments go from being hostile to being almost friendly, where we're each trying to show how well we understand each other's point of view.
Now, listen again.
Whenever I get into an argument with someone, I always try to see things from their perspective. They might be reacting because of entirely unrelated issues like relationship problems or stress at work. I find that the more you empathise with their point of view, the more reasonable they become. And before long, Most arguments go from being hostile to being almost friendly, where we're each trying to show how well we understand each other's point of view.
5.
So,
Hello?
A, B, or C?
C.
B?
No, C. Giving advice.
Okay. 5.
Oh, hi, Carol. It's so great to hear from you. You're not going to believe the week I've just had. At the beginning of the week, I called into one of those radio shows where they give away prizes to a certain caller. The main prize was a 3-day trip to Jamaica, but I missed out and only got the second place prize, which was dinner for 2 at the new Jamaican restaurant in town. I've had so much work all week that I haven't been able to use it. Would you like to go with me tonight?
Now, listen again.
Hello? Oh, hi, Carol. It's so great to hear from you. You're not going to believe the week I've just had. At the beginning of the week, I called into one of those radio shows where they give away prizes to a certain caller. The main prize was a 3-day trip to Jamaica, but I missed out and only got the second place prize, which was dinner for 2 at the new Jamaican restaurant in town. I've had so much work all week that I haven't been able to use it. Would you like to go with me tonight?
6.
So?
B.
As
Yes.
B. But, well, it's difficult. It could also be C. Because she said...
No, she invites the other one to enjoy the dinner for 2 with her. So
Yes.
she's
Jamaican one.
extending an invitation. Yes. Yes, she says, you can't imagine how lucky I have been, and so on and so on. But the real message she wants to give is, would you like to come to dinner with me? So.
As far as scientific magazines are concerned, this one is simply the best. It's published monthly and always has the most fascinating stories about the most recent developments in fields like astronomy, physics, and the medical sciences. But more than that, its writers understand their subjects so well that they're able to present them very simply. So simply that even a student in school can understand them. That is a major difference from other similar publications which seem to be geared towards people who work in the sciences or who hold PhDs.
Now, listen again.
As far as scientific magazines are concerned, this one is simply the best. It's published monthly and always has the most fascinating stories about the most recent developments in fields like astronomy, physics, and the medical sciences. But more than that, its writers understand their subjects so well that they're able to present them very simply. So simply that even a student in school can understand them. That is a major difference from other similar publications which seem to be geared towards people who work in the sciences or who hold PhDs.
7.
So, A, B, or
Our
C?
main priority...
A. A. Yes.
Okay.
Is making sure that our guests are as comfortable as possible, which starts right at check-in. We take the guests' luggage to their rooms, make sure they have refreshments and anything else they might need. We book dinner reservations at some of the best restaurants in town, get tickets to movies or plays, and even have facilities for handling conferences and weddings. All to ensure that whatever the reason, our guests' stay is the most relaxing and pleasant stay possible. We take care of all the details so they don't have to.
Now, listen again.
Our main priority is making sure that our guests are as comfortable as possible, which starts right at check-in. We take the guests' luggage to their rooms, make sure they have refreshments and anything else they might need. We book dinner reservations at some of the best restaurants in town, get tickets to movies or plays, and even have facilities for handling conferences and weddings. All to ensure that whatever the reason, our guests' stay is the most relaxing and pleasant stay possible. We take care of all the details so they don't have to.
8.
A, B, or C?
B. B.
B.
But who's B?
C.
Yes, I would say C, but
But
do you want to
who's
say
He's
B?
no, for me it's
estate agent. Which is the
Estate agent? Estate agent is normally the one who sells, properties. So here they are talking about making clients comfortable in their properties.
Agente immobiliare is.
yes.
Agente immobiliare.
Esatto, estate agent è un agente immobiliare, is the one who sells houses and properties.
And customer relations, I don't understand who's the customer, the translation.
Customer relations is the person who, how can I say, it takes, for example, helps the customers if they have any problem, or it takes note of their, I don't know, remarks or this kind of things.
Yes, but where? In a hotel or what? It's too general.
Yes, it's all very general. Personally, I would go more for travel agent. But you tell me, because it's your...
I think it's the B, because he says that, he provides...
Sorry, Valentina, I couldn't hear you.
Because he says he provides a lot of things for people.
Yeah, so what would you say?
Oh, the B, the customer relations.
Okay, do you all agree on B?
No, for me it's C. But perhaps for me, you put what you want. For me,
okay. Let's try one and then we will see what it was.
Yes,
we will
it's the
have
same.
The correction. Don't worry.
It's always impressive and often embarrassing when you're confronted by a musical child prodigy. You immediately recall torturing your own parents with horribly performed renditions of Mary Had a Little Lamb, and here is a child of 6 who is better than you could ever be on the piano or the violin. Now just imagine an entire orchestra of them. Well, that's exactly what's coming next week to the Sydney Opera House. The group called Wonderkind, which is comprised of over 60 children from different countries, between the ages of 5 and 8, playing famous classics by Mozart, Bach and Chopin.
Now, listen again.
It's always impressive and often embarrassing when you're confronted by a musical child prodigy. You immediately recall torturing your own parents with horribly performed renditions of Mary Had a Little Lamb, and here is a child of 6 who is better than you could ever be on the piano or the violin. Now just imagine an entire orchestra of them. Well, that's exactly what's coming next week to the Sydney Opera House. The group called Wonderkind, which is comprised of over 60 children from different countries, between the ages of 5 and 8, playing famous classics by Mozart, Bach and Chopin.
Wow, how good they are. So, A, B, or C?
B.
Yes, B.
Okay. Now, how are we supposed to go on? What can I do?
We can check.
Okay. Oh, no. Yes, continue then. All right. No. Okay, this is done. I want to see the results. I want to see the results. How can I see the results? Maybe I have to do all the text to see the results. Oh. Okay, so Okay, so I don't know. Let's try the other parts. Let's try the other parts, and then if somebody wants to send me the writing, do we have to try all of them before having the results? That's not good. I want the result of this part. Okay, shall we try the speaking then? 15 minutes, because we don't have much time left. Well, half an hour. So what would you like to do? Writing, speaking, or reading and use of English? Shall we try reading and use of English?
Yes, reading, yes.
And then we will simply ask for the results without the other parts. Okay, you are given a piece of text with 8 spaces. You're also given a set of 4 words, A, B, C, and D, which correspond to each space. You're required to choose the correct word for each space from the set word of words given. Okay? Once, type the word directly, tap the letter, or click on the chosen word first and then click on the chosen empty space. Or once all the questions have been answered, click on the check button. Correct answers will appear green, incorrect answers in red. Your mark will be given as a percentage. You need at least 60% to pass. 10 minutes. You've been given a timer. Però perché anche l'altro non ha funzionato così?
Infatti.
Io l'altro avevo cliccato, ma non mi ha dato retta. Vabbè. Okay, so let's see. Time left. Oh, time is running. Okay, who wants to read it? Chi vuole leggere?
Me?
Yes,
Valentina,
can you see it?
Valentina.
Can you see it properly? Do you want me to make it bigger? No, that's too big.
It's right.
Okay.
So it's right.
Okay, right.
Okay,
So,
travel. David Lewis, I have to read and to say the word.
Yes.
Okay. David Lewis, who lives in Wales, took a gap here before starting university. And that was how the bug for traveling. No, just give up. I have to. Allora, Lewis took a gap year before starting university.
Do you know what a gap year is? Do you know what a gap year is?
No.
It's a free year before starting university, after finishing the secondary school, a year in which normally people travels around, makes new experiences, and so on. And then they go to university. So a gap year is a free year.
And that was how forse I soldi per viaggiare, the bug, the amount of money.
The bug è una specie di, come si dice, no di virus, di...
Pallino, tipo il pallino per i viaggi.
Sì, ecco, diciamo, noi diremmo il pallino, esatto.
Quindi i catch, cos'erano le parole?
Ok. He coach.
That's how he
coach.
the bug for traveling. Okay.
The bug, it's always me.
Yes.
Many teenagers choose to take a year off before starting their degree at university, and this is called a gap year.
Courses or lessons?
So?
Courses, perhaps.
Okay.
Yes, their degree courses at university. Doing this enables them to have a break from the years of intensive study they have been doing and relieve the stress of continually for exams.
Planning?
Do you all agree?
Preparing?
Lessons, no.
Because continually
Lesson
for exams. No, we are number 3. Providing, practicing,
oh, sorry,
planning.
we are the number. Planning or practicing courses.
It is referred to back here?
No, it's
no,
referred
to
okay. Doing this, taking a gap year, enables them to have a break from the years of intensive study they have been doing and relieve the stress of continually for exams.
Preparing.
Yes,
Preparing.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
David had saved some money after doing various jobs and decided he needed to about other cultures by visiting American decided to for gator, I don't know what gator.
Yes.
Gather, raccogliere, gather, raccogliere.
Gather.
No, mi dicevi che non sapevi cosa vuol dire. Gather vuol dire raccogliere.
Yes, it's the answer.
Can we go back?
Let's read it again. David had saved some money after doing various jobs and decided he needed to
Learn.
Okay. By visiting America and Asia, just to have a contrast. Okay, who wants to go on? Chi vuole andare avanti?
I can go.
Yes, thank you, Stefania.
Normally, the way people spend the gap years depend on their personalities. I don't see it, but there is the word.
Depends. Okay.
Depends.
Poi.
Somebody who is very adventurous is to do something more challenging than likely. Perhaps.
More challenging than somebody who's quieter. Okay.
David went for the extreme adventure and has never come back.
Has never watched, glimpsed, noticed,
looked back.
Looked back. Poi, dove siamo qua? Okay.
As soon as his university course finished, he set off on a 3-year trip around the world. What's more, he only used transport. What's more, he
decided.
Yes.
Decided.
Ah, che imbecille. Non sta funzionando.
He decided to only use transport, which was powered by decided.
Non stavo mettendo dentro. Allora, how he coach, avevamo detto. Degree courses, avevamo detto. Poi stress of continuously preparing, avevamo detto, for exams. He needed to learn, avevamo detto, giusto? Gap year depends on their personalities. Scusatemi, pensavo che stesse prendendo, invece non stavo prendendo un cake. It's very adventurous is likely, avevamo detto. Okay, all right. Okay, so number 2, the Swift. Who wants to read it? Chi vuole leggere?
Can I try?
Yes, please. Thank you, Antonella.
Okay. The Swifts are a family of highly aerial birds that people think belong to the same family. As swallow.
In questo caso, scusate, think of a word which best fits the context of the sentence and type it into the space. Use only one word for each space, okay?
Okay.
So, people think they belong to the same family
Of swallow.
As well as swallows.
Okay.
Io metterei S.
Okay. We did. I wonder that we did this. The Swift. You don't remember?
Already done it? I don't remember it.
Ecco, done it. Perhaps.
I don't
but
remember.
I make a mistake in the same way.
I still remember I've done this.
The same family as swallows.
Ok, S, Maria.
Come le rondini, della stessa famiglia delle rondini. This is not true because they are
in fact
more
closely related to hummingbirds. It cannot be denied that there are some strong similarities with between swifts and swallows. This is due to some coincidences in evolution reflect similar reflect similar lifestyles based on catching insects in flight. Although there are many candidates for the title of the fastest birds in flight, the winner would definitely be the Swift. Scientists have investigated this and proved that the larger species are amongst the fastest flyers in the animal kingdom, and the common swift can cover enormous distances in a single year. This ability is due to the fact that their body are perfectly designed to fly fast because their wings have large wingtips bones compared to other birds, and they have perfectly aerodynamic bodies. This allows them to alter the shape and area of their wings while flying and to take advantage of any wind currents they might find.
Adesso voglio vedere cosa sono questi Swift, però. Come si chiamano?
Okay. This is not true because they are, and if I say as a matter of fact.
Dove? No, as a matter of fact are 3 words. You can only put one. Che vedo cos'è uno Swift. Allora mi vuoi dire la traduzione?
I find rondone. Rondone, so it is...
che è più grande delle rondini. Potrebbe starci.
Esatto.
Ecco qua, rondone, sì. Oppure sceloporo blu. Tritone, arcolaio, vabbè, rondone, ok. Però pare che non sia della stessa famiglia delle rondini.
I don't know.
No, that's what they say. People think they belong to the same family as swallows. This is not true because they are, in fact, more closely related to hummingbirds. Ok, quindi rondone. Va bene, let's go on. Ta-da! Perché dobbiamo fare tutto perché ci dia il risultato, sto imbecille. Che iella. Vabbè. Ok, Rome. A questo sì l'avevamo fatto.
Mi dà l'impressione che noi queste cose le abbiamo già viste.
Concordo.
Allora, boh, cosa facciamo?
Avevamo fatto benissimo anche l'altra volta.
Dai,
è sempre meglio, repetita Juvan.
Diamo per fatte così ci darà i risultati. Yuhu. Ah, no.
No, non si fa.
Ecco perché mi dà... Ah, mi sa allora che prima avevamo fatto solo la prima parte. Maybe we had done only the first part before. Okay, I want the results though. And they're going to give me the results only when I've finished all of it.
No, niente. O la teniamo per la prossima volta e la finiamo la prossima volta.
Ok.
O torniamo indietro.
If you want to, yes, we have only little more than 10 minutes left.
Yes.
But now it's done and I'm not sure we can go back.
No.
Okay, sorry. Well, you can do that by yourselves in your computers. It's EnglishOla.com.
I try in
and
these 2 weeks.
Yes, and you have to choose the level, and you know, you can try.
Because back, if you push back, what happened?
I don't know. Still done. Okay. Maybe if I switch it off and on again. Because if we did it last time, I mean, it should have appeared done. And
perhaps it was another platform.
Well, I don't know. Let's try this one. Silk. No, Silk l'abbiamo fatto, me lo ricordo. Yes. This one, Akbar was Akbar. Did we do this? No, I don't think so. I don't remember Akbar.
No.
Okay, shall we try Akbar then?
Yes, we can try.
Okay, who wants to read it? Who wants to read it? Chi vuole leggere?
I read.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Allora, Akbar the Great was an important emperor in Indian history.
Emperor in Indian history.
Emperor in Indian history, and he was what is the one? And he was famous.
Bisogna prima leggere però il resto della frase.
And it was because he won many battles and it was good to the people. Okay. Yes, famous.
Famous. Okay.
He was good to the people he ruled. He spent his entire childhood learning how to fight and hunt, and had no in learning how to read and write. Allora, and interest, attraction, appeal, temptation.
Interest?
Interest,
Yes, had no interest in learning how to read,
to read and write. Even so, he had a great desire for and had a huge collection of books and manuscripts. Allora,
had a great desire
for
knowledge.
Yes. Okay. He was also the owner of artworks from across the region. Allora, from level? No, what is number? Level, amount, extent, level?
I don't remember the sentence.
Yes, he was also the
owner of artworks.
From a collector, it's an amount or number. Number. Yes.
Okay. Akbar was made king at the age of 13 after the death of his father, but he was too young to rule. So a man called Bayram Khan ruled for him. As Akbar grew older, he won many more battles and added more regions to his kingdom, which from the north to the south. Okay. Competed.
No, this one struggled.
Struggled.
Competed, worked, stretched.
What is struggled? Struggled.
Lottava.
No, it's which competed, I think.
Stretched from north to south.
Stendersi.
Okay, yes. Yes. This was the first one person ruled all of India. The first occasion, date, time. First time one person ruled all of India. Yes, all thought Akbar was a young king. He was very clever and organized.
Clever and organized.
Yes, he is famous for having built the Taj Mahal, which still today will still shows, happens, lives, stands today. In 1605, Akbar became ill and died a very slow, reduced, low decreased. Allora, Bar divenne malato e morì slow forse, cioè lentamente.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
Well done.
Yes.
Now let's go to part 2.
I have to go.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you for all.
Did you sign your presents?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What about the other ones? So would you like to try another part? Bye. Would you like to try part 2 or shall we stop here? We've got 6 more. Stop here.
Stop here because only 3 persons.
Oh, only the 3 of us. Oh my God. Okay, yes. everybody had to go. Yes, Ilaria, Antonella. Okay. All right. So
Okay, all right.
Keep up. Try and do exercises as much as you can.
Questi esercizi, Maria Pia, adesso parlo in italiano che così, perché ho fatto anche 2 ore prima with the Trinity, a meet of Trinity, for, I don't know, for CLIL.
Ah, okay. How to teach other subjects with English.
Yes. And, ma io volevo chiederti, cioè tutti questi esercizi si possono fare sempre? Always?
Yes.
Senza problemi, vero?
Yes, no problems.
Ok.
You look very worried, Laura 1. You have a worried face. Don't be worried.
Yes, I am. Now I was thinking about English Ola, and I was thinking that I tried it and it's useful and it's beautiful, but only the first 3 examples are free.
Yes.
And
then if you want to try the other ones, you have to subscribe. I know.
Yeah.
But there are other, other web pages. So when you finish with that, I will send you another link. Don't worry.
Just finish.
For example, listening, if you are interested in listening. Oh, no, it wasn't you. Anyway.
No, I prefer grammar.
Yeah. Anyway, listening, you've got a lot of exercises on the British Council page, for example. Or I've sent you a number as well to try, Cambridge.
I listen to them.
Yeah. Okay, I will find some more. Don't you worry. There must be something else on the internet.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's very kind of you. Maria Pia, can I ask you a private thing?
Yeah.
How do you know English?
You want me to switch off of the streaming?
No. How do you know English so well?
I'm not bye, Laura Agostini, bye. Well, I'm not so good after all. I started English on the secondary school, but it was accountancy, ragioneria, and we only had 2 hours per week with an Italian teacher, and mainly, how can I say, commercial letters, these kind of things. I started English seriously when I was at university.
Okay.
But I like it a lot. So it's only a matter of practicing. So the more you listen and the more you talk and the better you become. So, okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao.